So what's the best way to create content if you want to be a presentation coach? Now, what I did for many years is I forced myself to write. This was pre-blogging days. I mean, this was 2000, 2001. I forced myself to write every single day one post that I would send out as a column that dealt with public speaking skills. It might only be 4 sentences, but I could be traveling, I could be doing a training all day long. I would still write one little nugget, one how-to tip, evergreen content, or it could be relating to something in the news. And after not that long, a year or so, I had enough content for my first 2 books, Presentation Training A to Z, Media Training A to Z. If you create content every day, it's an excellent discipline. It forces you to learn. It forces you to look at the whole world. Now, I'm also a big believer these days that if you're going to be a presentation coach, teaching people how to speak, you should speak. And you don't have time to run around giving 3 speeches a day, but you can speak to thousands of people every day. I speak to 1,500 to 2,000 people every day on YouTube. No reason why you can't be doing that as well. So I'll just pick what I did today to give you a sense of the content creation. Now, I did have a day where I was speaking to a number of clients and tied up, but I wasn't in an actual training today. So today I had a little more time than usual to create content. So part of what I do at 5:45 a.m., 6 a.m., whenever I get up, I look at all the news stories of the day, and then I figure out which one can I comment on, looking at it through the lens of communication skills, speaking skills. So just randomly, there was a story about Mitt Romney running for president in 2016. That was an opportunity for me to analyze his speaking skills, his presentation skills, pros and cons. Another story about Jeb Bush possibly running for president and some problems he had in a recent speech in North Carolina. So these are short. These are typically 90 seconds, sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes 50-second commentaries, simple talking head. You can see it on my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TJ Walker. Also in the news, Bill Simmons, an ESPN analyst, was suspended for 3 weeks for using the F word repeatedly in a podcast criticizing the NFL commissioner. So that was an opportunity for me to talk about how people speak in different formats and forums and how the media can sometimes censor, but other times just use good judgment. The New York City mayor was involved in a mini scandal where he'd had a groundhog fall and the groundhog died, and now people are upset. So I talked about public speaking as it relates to speaking to the media using props, specifically using animals and the pitfalls there. And then I also talked about a situation where a police officer was caught on video, and there's the media presentation communication element of the story, caught on video shooting an unarmed black man in South Carolina and the repercussions. So those are 5 stories right there, 5 separate videos. Now, none of them went on to have 10,000 videos as views, but that doesn't matter. The point is, I'm putting out content on my expertise every single day, and that's why I have collectively millions of views. Now, I also did an interview earlier today with Graham Lawler, who is very well known in the startup community as an expert on a particular type of speaking skill, and that is pitches for financial presentations. He helps investors give or hear presentations from entrepreneurs looking for investment capital. So I did an interview with him through Skype. So there's 6 pieces of content I created today. Now, the Lawler interview did take about 20 minutes, but the other 5 videos, I did all of them in 20 minutes. So we're only talking about a combined 40 minutes of content. Now, with the videos, I haven't done it with all of them, but I try to share some of them on Facebook, post them on Twitter, and LinkedIn. Occasionally I'll put it to all the other places, but I don't necessarily have the time, and those are the 3 I care about the most. Well, YouTube is the one social medium, is my base as a speaker, but then Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course, my own blog at tjwalker.com. Now, when I look at my blog today, I also just made a posting about another online school that I have about crisis communications training. Now, that wasn't news-based, but it's within my niche, and I have a goal to have one article, 250 words or more, every day on my blog, 7 days a week. Now, I'm not writing on the weekends, but I try to post in advance and schedule them so that any single day someone comes to my blog or to my website, they see new content that relates to public speaking. My recommendation to you, give yourself a goal. And I've found out over the years that giving yourself a goal of one article a month is sometimes harder than doing it once a day. You tell yourself doing it every day, it just gets easier and easier and faster. It becomes a part of what you do. It's almost as easy as just checking Facebook to see if any friends have posted something fun. So that's my recommendation to you. Create content on a regular basis, and since you want to be a speaking expert, I would highly recommend that you create how-to videos on YouTube where you are simply speaking so that people can see you can practice what you preach.